Welcome everyone to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Giants, Jets, and that's it. Well, at least for this video. You all know the normal intro. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. But today, we have a very, very special matchup. Only happens, every so often, every few years. The Giants against the Jets. MetLife Stadium, that god awful, terrible stadium. But we got the matchup here. Obviously, we were anticipating Daniel Jones versus Aaron Rodgers. Now, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be back until later in the season, if that, and Daniel Jones is out. So we got Tyrod Taylor against Zach Wilson. Woo-hoo! Okay, what a disaster. But first off, a little announcement here that I just want to get out of the way. So this year is going to be a little inconsistent for me and Roderick. I'm not going to lie about that. It's going to be. We are in a very important year in our, high school lives. Obviously, I'm not going to lie and say we're in college or something. I'm not going to lie about that. But we're right now, it's going to be inconsistent at times. So there might be a few weeks where we don't post because, schoolwork and, just our lives in general, after school things, etc. But yeah, we're still going to try our best to pump out these videos for you guys. Even if, Roderick, stop it. Even if the site is down or, if one of us is unavailable, we're still going to try to go every week. And then if there's a week where we can't do it, all right, fine. But I will say this, we'll never go a month without posting. It won't be that bad. But I expect there to be a video next week, as next week will be my birthday week. And that's when the Giants will face the Raiders on my birthday, where I expect a great birthday present for them to lose, because that always seems to happen whenever they play on my birthday. So whatever, I'll get that out of the way, because I remember my last birthday. We faced the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh. We lost. What a great birthday gift. But I digress. Roderick, give me your insight on this matchup. Let's go.
So, like you said in the intro, Tyrod Taylor versus Zach Wilson. This game comes down to whoever makes the least amount of mistakes offensively. These are two good defenses where they could carry a team, as we saw last year. But as far as this game, I have no clue who's gonna win. Both teams look really sluggish offensively. Not two quarterbacks who are known for being anything close to good. I mean, we'll give predictions later, but this is going to be a tough game to call. Like I said, two teams sluggish offensively. I struggle to find a reason for either team to win this game, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give, I'm gonna put all the pressure on one team here. But I actually genuinely believe this. I'm not even joking, because I'm negative. I'm not gonna lie. I can be negative at times. But this Giants team, I don't care what they've done against Washington, because they always play Washington well. So I don't care. And I don't care, okay, that, they were close against the Bills, fine, but you still lost the game. So I don't care. Now, I think that this is a game the Jets should win. I think they should win this game. You are facing Tyrod Taylor, who, yes, the Giants' offense has looked kind of better with Tyrod Taylor at QB. That's a whole
First black quarterback to win a game for the New York Giants.
Yeah, I know. And that's a whole nother discussion we'll probably have to do a separate video on, depending on what happens during this game. Let's say Tyrod Taylor actually goes off, somehow throws, two touchdown passes, maybe even rushes for one, and beats the Jets. If that happened, then we have a serious discussion there. And also, we are doing a post game right after the game. Hopefully, this is not an ugly, 9-6 game. It does have potential to be that way, though. I can very much see it happening. But you will all see our predictions later in the video. But going into this, one player I want to bring up here is Zach Wilson. If you're the Giants, looking at it from the Giants' perspective, you want to let Zach Wilson beat you. I would focus on Breece Hall because Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook is like at this point, apparently, they're going to trade him. Like, I think that experiment, Roger is loving it.
Yeah.
That experiment is over. Like, it is over now. Breece Hall is back, from that injury. He's fully healthy now, and he is ready to carry this Jets offense. And I have him in fantasy, and I'm starting him. So, and I'm saying, I'm not saying I hope he does what I kind of.
That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, I kind of do. But I think if you're the Giants, though, you really need to key in and try to stop him and let Zach Wilson beat you. Because let's be real here. Zach Wilson, yeah, he hasn't looked as bad as last year, but he's still Zach Wilson. He's still the Stacy's mom man. He's still the guy that they literally brought in a veteran quarterback in Aaron Rodgers for, who you can beat Zach Wilson. You can. Do I think they will? I'm not sure. Roderick, how do you think Zach Wilson is going to do in this game?
I mean, this is a really tough Giants front where last week they shut down a tremendous offense, which, yes, the offensive line is abysmal, but they do have weapons in Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson and whatnot. So the Jets, you coming into this game with some momentum, right? I think they're gonna have to do the first punch. Like they're gonna have to punch him in the mouth, and if they punch him in the mouth, the Giants aren't gonna recover. Let's be honest. All right, if they swing, they hit them hard in that first couple of drives there. They put up some points. I don't know if the Giants will be able to come back because the Giants, especially, like we said, their offense is terrible. They scored the first home touchdown of the year, the first half touchdown of the year last week. Um, they're not going to put up many points. So if you're the Jets, you're looking at if you put up 2 touchdowns, you probably win this game. You probably do. So it's going to be finishing off drives. I mean, that is a tough Giants defense, but finish off drives and try to put it to them early in the game so you can kind of relax later on because if this game gets close and give the Giants a chance, then it's anybody's game. So yeah.
Yeah, and you are right about the touchdowns because my score prediction, I don't see the Jets scoring a lot, but I think that this Jets defense is. I think that they're going to shut down this Giants offense that obviously is pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible. The offensive line stinks. I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not going to talk about the same thing every week.
Evan Neal.
Forget about that guy. Good, please.
That guy's an idiot.
Yeah, do not get me started on Evan Neal, Mister. The fans, blah blah blah. A bunch of McDonald's workers and blah blah blah. Don't. I'm not gonna do it. But if I'm giving my prediction for Tyrod Taylor here, I think the most touchdown passes he'll throw or even run for is 1. I see this being a very low-scoring game, if I'm being honest. I'm not even trying to reverse things. And even I know, because and watch, we're going to say all this, and then, it's going to suddenly be a high-scoring game, and then Tyrod Taylor is going to do good or something. Like, if that happens, fine. Whatever. I'll admit I was wrong. But I just don't see any reason. Like, I'm being completely honest here. I don't see any reason to believe in this Giants offense against this Jets defense. I don't see it right now. They need to prove that to me. I don't care about what they did against Washington. And they barely beat Washington. There was a lot of missed opportunities that game. There was don't get me started on the missed opportunities against Washington. There was a lot. The Giants, they don't put up a lot of points. So like I said, you're facing a better defense in the Jets. I don't, and Sauce Gardner also. Sauce Gardner is going to be back for the Jets. Even more of a reason for me to pick the Jets this game. Even more of a reason.
Yeah, just take down that jersey in the back, buddy. What's wrong with you?
Look.
When was the last time you picked the Giants to win a game?
Well,
Actually, look, don't even answer that question. I think I know the answer. Don't answer that question.
I picked them against Dallas because you basically bullied me into like, come on.
No. Oh, that wasn't what I was referring to. Yeah. Anyways,
Okay. Well,
but
yeah.
like you said about these offenses, you don't see the Giants putting up a lot of points. But I also don't see the Jets putting up a lot of points, which makes this game very interesting. And who will come out on top? It's just whoever, whatever quarterback makes the least amount of mistakes will probably win this game. Probably, because I don't know. But yeah,
Yep. And so here, I'll give some keys to victory for the Giants, even though we. I'll give some for the Jets too. But for the Giants, I'll say I already said Zach Wilson. You got to let Zach Wilson beat you. That's the first thing I can say off the top of my head. Like, I think that's pretty obvious. Let Zach Wilson beat you. If Zach Wilson goes and beats you, okay, fine. I mean, the guy has a good game against the Giants defense that can't make tackles, and honestly, would not surprise me in the slightest. Now, another thing I would say is I would try to avoid the special team miscues because this seems to happen a lot this year with the Giants in their second team. Their special teams. Oh my gosh, goodness gracious! But
they are a special team.
Yeah, they don't get me started. But we've saw it the last game with Sterling Shepard. We've seen it the game before, and the game before. The special teams this year has been abysmal. Abysmal. It's been abysmal. And if you're going to muff a punt and give the Jets great field position in the fourth quarter, because it's going to be that type of game. It's going to be that type of game. I'm telling you. And you can't, make a little mistake like that, or you're in bad field position. The Jets are just going to go boom. They hand the ball off to Breece Hall, and they're going to win the game. So you have to avoid the special team miscues. And then I guess last we can say you got to keep whatever, quote unquote offensive momentum with Tyrod Taylor. You got to keep it going. Yes, the offense has looked a little better. I will admit that it's looked a little better with, it hasn't been as bad. Okay, so you got to keep that momentum going. Even though I'd be shocked if this team does score a lot of points on this Jets defense, you have some momentum, I guess, from this Washington game here. You really have to carry it into this game against the Jets if you want to win. Now, Roderick, do you have any keys to victory for the Jets?
For the Jets, that defense has to play how it's supposed to. I mean, I don't really have any doubts about that, but this defense has to play how it's supposed to. But like you said with Zach Wilson, I mean, this game rests within his arm, right? If Zach Wilson, like I said, he can put together a couple of drives and put up, I'll say it, put up more than 15 points, they probably win this game with that defense. So minimize the mistakes. Don't give them any momentum because they're coming off a win. Don't give them any momentum. This is a big game for both teams. This is a season-defining game for both sides. I feel like if Zach Wilson can, limit the turnovers and shouldn't get a couple of drives, I think the Jets can win this game. And also getting the ball to your big players, G5, Breece Hall, right? Getting the ball to these guys, and like I said, put together a couple of drives, and you should be able to win this game. This is a winnable game, right? Very winnable. So that's what they need to do, and that's what Zach Wilson needs to do. This is a big game for him.
Yep, especially you just came off your bye week. Before that, you beat the Philadelphia Eagles in a very tough game. You got to win this game because when you're looking, you still have a chance at the playoffs. When you look at the Jets schedule, yeah, it's tough, but I don't think the Jets are that bad as to where, we're not going to make the play. I think the Jets have a chance, but if they lose this game, I don't think there's any playoffs for the Jets. I will say that. If they lose this game against the 2-win New York Giants, there is going to be no playoffs. None. Because they're going to need at least 9 wins, probably 10 in the AFC. And then you're going to have to win some more of these games against teams that are going to have, possibly a tiebreaker over them because you're going to be facing a team like the Chargers in a few weeks. You're going to be facing a team like the Browns, later down, like the second to last game of the year. Those are teams that you're going to be competing with for a wild card spot. You're going to have to win those games. You may even have to win one of those Miami games. You're going to have to. And then last game of the year, going to New England, you're going to have to win that game for sure if you want any chance at the playoffs. I see the Jets going 9-8 to end the year. I could see it. And if Aaron Rodgers comes back somehow, because, he's been recovering faster than anyone has ever seen, okay, fine. But right now, they really need this game. This is a really important game for the New York Jets. And some more goals for the Jets here. I was going to also bring up the fact that Roger did bring up the defense is going to have to do what it's supposed to do. Yes, and they should take this golden opportunity to try to get some sacks and some pressure, because Tyrod Taylor over the years is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in football. The Jets need to take advantage of that. They really do. And Andrew Thomas is not going to be playing most likely. So that's the Giants' best offensive lineman right there. So you can wreak havoc this game. You really can. Another goal that I'll give here. Let's say hold Saquon Barkley to about under 5 or 4 yards per carry. You're going to have to do this as well, because let's be real here. Saquon is almost like your whole offense if you're the Giants. Okay, if you can find a way to neutralize him and force Tyrod Taylor to throw the ball downfield, when you got Sauce Gardner back, I would be feeling good if I'm a Jet fan. Now, let's give our predictions for how this is going to go. Real quick here. Roderick, what is your prediction for this game?
All right, the joke prediction is this game ends 2-0. The Jets win. But the serious prediction, I see this game ending, we'll say 17-13. The Jets win. And they move to, what would that be? 4-3?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to go with the Jets, and I'm not even trying to reverse strings or anything here. But I'm gonna go with the Jets. Give me, gosh, this is gonna be such a weird game to watch, but give me.
I'm not watching it.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. All right. Yeah, you beat the 49ers, and now all of a sudden, okay. Well, I'm going to say, I don't even know if the Jets are going to put up 20, but I think they can, because the Giants' defense isn't that great. They're at least they're not as good as last year. So I'll say the Jets 20, Giants 13. Yeah, Jets win by a touchdown.
They're not going to score more than a touchdown.
Who, the Giants?
Yeah, this is not going to happen.
I think they get a touchdown, sudden, and then maybe a few field goals. I think that's what happens for the Giants. This Giants offense is pretty bad. But if you can all do me a favor, what did you say?
I said I feel bad for whoever has to go to this game.
Yeah, unless you're a Jet fan or whoever wins is going to be, coming out of MetLife, yeah, and getting to talk smack to the other team. Hopefully this is not a tie, because that would be even worse.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, Roderick as a neutral party would probably just laugh the whole entire time. He just, But if you can all do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on how you think this game is going to go. Like we said, we think the Jets are going to win barely. This is going to be an ugly game to watch. Very, defensive type of football. Do not expect a lot of points. And if there's a lot of points, fine. Then we were wrong. But every single NFL analyst and everybody else is predicting basically the same thing that we're saying here. This is not going to be a high-scoring game. And if it does, then there will be a video on if Tyrod Taylor should legitimately start over Daniel Jones, or if that should be a conversation. Obviously, Daniel Jones is making $40 million, blah, blah, blah. But if the Giants win this game and Tyrod Taylor plays well, It's going to be a
It might
discussion.
be a conversation.
Yeah,
It might be a conversation.
it might be. We'll see. Peace out, everybody.